Hey, what's going on, you guys? Like what you guys to the channel. Your boy Big Dog back with another one take review. There I got one from My Hero Academia episode 112, Shigaraki Origins. We forget the conclusion of Shigaraki's origins, how he comes to be the menace that he is today. And I just have to say, he probably has one of the best villain backstories from any anime that I've seen, and probably his character just became 10 times better because you always looked at Shigaraki, he just kind of felt like he never felt like the guy. You know what I'm saying? He always felt like an underling. I always like, okay, this guy has people over him. It's like never quite understood why people follow Shigaraki. And then what this arc has done, the My Villain Academia arc has done, is like pretty much like highlighted like, no, this he's the one. He it factor, the guy's got it. Like he's different. You know what I'm saying? Where he's bred, the thing that's happened to him, how they molded him to be who he is, the history behind the hands on him, I always thought was unique as well. But like we see that like he as a kid, like after he did what he did, and like everybody just kind of looking at a fragile kid lost on his own. You can tell he's been hurt, damaged, and people are so used to hero society and stuff like that. It's like, oh well, I guess I guess a hero will help him. It's like and you see him say like, and because I always read the manga and like anime. Well, I watch the anime, then I read the manga chapters for it, just in case anything was left out or anything like that. So you have him just say like, if he the guy who walked by and did turn his head, maybe if he would have said something, or the old lady would have said something, or any of the multiple people that he walked by literally just leaned out a hand to try to help him, maybe Shigaraki's path would have went a little bit different. But no, that's not what happened. The person who leaned out a hand was also a Shigaraki, who we find out this episode. There's so much more just coming to light about All for One. But like he's the person who lends out a hand to Shigaraki. He's the person who basically like takes him in and put him under his wing and just put this stuff in his head that like, hey, man, everything people want to do in this world is based on it. Pretty much, if you want them to do it, if you want to like give them an opportunity, if you want to let them, you know what I'm saying? They all basically all everyone bends to your will, you know. And he gives them a new name and like Tomura come means mourn, and like I guess for all the mourning people go do, or he's going to cause, and he gave him all for one gave him his last name. It's just like damn, you didn't know none of this stuff. And like Shigaraki basically like remember like he's having this itch, like the itch is because only way his itch is like satisfied is if he getting active, or like he has the hands on him, and that just like reminds him, kind of like reminds him of what he did, and like how satisfying that felt. But like yo, he's just like all for one was like, what you want to do? Like I want to kill the people that beat me up. He's like, well, you know what to do then. She like goes out, kills them. And he's just like getting settled in. But in that moment, the doctor and all for one are like, yeah, he's still suppressing his quirk a little bit though, and like you never necessarily knew what that meant. But like it was a mental thing. Like all of these characters, especially the villains, seem to have like this mental had like a mental block. You had Twice, you had Toga, like, and well, I don't want to say Toga's necessarily a mental block, but like they had something blocking them from like being the best version of themselves. Until Shigaraki just he crushed that, like he crushed it. He's like, nah, not anymore. And the fight with Re-Destro was cool, but even Re-Destro was just like, what is happening? Like, why am I not stressed right now? Because I think, well, it's not because I think, because he pretty much was like, this guy's not the same person anymore. My whole thing is like liberating like meta users, meta abilities. This guy seems to have liberated himself from any and everything that stood in his way. And like seeing that just kind of like put him, I guess you could say, kind of started putting him at ease. So he's like, okay, I have to take him out as quick as I can. But nah, Shigaraki is different now. Like completely different. Like it was he had to touch you with his 5 fingers in order to in order to use decay. Nah, that's not what it is no more. Like he's decaying stuff without even like he touches the ground. The guy literally touches the ground and it starts to decay. And like, and if you're touching the ground, which he's decaying, you decay. Like Giga shows up, and he's running through stuff. I can't think of Garen. I think the guy's name Garen, like Gente. I can't quite remember the ice guy. Nonetheless, he tries to attack Big G. Didn't stand a chance. Like Big G showed up stronger. Like they realized, like, wait a minute, he's more powerful than he was when we were fighting him. Like we never actually stood a chance against this guy. Like this is ridiculous. And like he takes out the ice guy, literally about throwing a rock at him. Low diff. Like, and this is a guy Dobby was having problems with. Dobby, the prodigy. Like it's crazy. So you continue, obviously, and things are like Big G sees the destruction that Shigaraki caused because he just like, I'm gonna destroy everything. And I'm gonna have my people just do what they want to do. I'm gonna destroy everything. And that's what he started to do. He tore like the crater that he left was insane. I'm just like, damn, Shigaraki is really on another level. Like he's legitimately on another level. I'm like, okay, cool. Uh, you can't help but love the fact that you're seeing a villain do stuff like this. And eventually, Re-Destro, like he lands on the ground and has to like amputate his own feet. But like he's defeated, but not. But he doesn't feel bad because he's like, this guy's perfect. This guy's perfect. Like as as crazy as I thought they were, and how I thought they was in our way. It's like, nah, this guy's the perfect person to like lead. And so that's pretty much the situation that happens. He bows to Shigaraki and says, Meta Liberation Army is yours. And one of the coolest moments was when the Meta Liberation Army does pull up, and what's the name tries to use incitement, and Shigaraki just turns and looks at them, and it just goes away. It just goes away. I'm just like, yeah, that right there. That I'm in a different league now. I'm not the same person I used to be. I'm in a whole nother league now. So I was just like, damn, that's fucking awesome. I thought that the way they did that was great. Now, another one of the things I thought was great is Shigaraki like remembers like he looked out for his crew like because they turned down the Chie Hasaikai because I obviously for you know they had more reasons because like Overhaul wanted to be over them, you know. And this shows because at first you probably like, well, Overhaul seems to be more organized than Shigaraki. You know, the Shigaraki seems to be just madness, but now it's like controlled madness. Um, he takes over. Now he has the meta liberation. I'm like a war. Like granted, twice is can create an army himself. I'm like he's going up against the heroes. Some kind of way he has to get these people on his side, and that's what he does. Re-Destro obviously convinces them to like Shigaraki is the person. He's the head guy now. And they are no longer the League of Villains or the Meta Liberation Army. They are the Paranormal Liberation Front with the 9 commanders who have people under them. Not only that, they have Gigamakia. Is it Gigamakia? I don't know. I have to hear it dubbed. But like, nonetheless, what do you do? What do you do with these guys now? What do you do? What do you do with Shigaraki in the paranormal? I got to get used to it. Paranormal liberation. What do you do? These guys have an entire army. What they don't show is Hawks was actually in the crowd, and he's like, "Yo, I'm too late. What the fuck? What the fuck? What am I supposed to do now? I'm too late. This shit. Like it's like shit. We're in trouble. You know. Not only that, Shigaraki. has proven himself to the doctor. So the doctor's about to hook him up. This is what I wanted to see. I love like one of the weird things though. Still to me is Spinner. I thought Spinner was going to develop more. I knew they weren't going to go into Dobby's backstory simply because I think it has a bigger part to play. Well, like it has to have something to do with Endeavor and something like that. I just, you know what I'm saying. That's why I think we haven't seen his, but it's wild because everybody else was getting like moments while they look up to Shigaraki or while they follow Shigaraki and everything. So I think some of those characters like stuff is still has a bigger part to play later on. So that's why they weren't shown. But man, this was. this, I thought this was excellent. I thought this episode was excellent. I think this is the end of the My Villain Academia arc, which was a fantastic arc, anime and manga wise for me personally. I just can't wait to see what's happening next. Like, I think even at the end they start talking about how this is like the well, I think it's in it was in the preview. Or it's like the beginning of the war that's to come. I'm just kind of like, yeah, I'm happy about that because they manipulate so much. Like they have so much power. They have power in the media. They have like they have like technology. They have money now. They get resources. It's just so much now that they could do. They still have the Nomus. They have the whole army. They have Big G. You have the commanders. It's like damn. This is what you want. This is exactly what you want to see, bro. And I thought it was great. Uh, you guys let me know what y'all thought about it down in the comments. Hit that like button. Subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching the video. Hope you guys are staying safe, and I'll catch up with you guys later. Peace.